Hi folks, it's Martin here at Stitchy Mac and welcome back to my floss tube. If you haven't been before, thank you for coming along. If you have, thanks for putting up with me and coming back for more. So essentially, yeah, this is a floss tube, about cross stitch. And obviously I live in Scotland and I will try and slow down because I'm bad for getting overexcited and talking too fast. So today is Monday, Monday 24th of April, and I've got a wee sneaky day off of work. I've taken quite a notion because the way the bank holidays are going at the moment, we're kind of off a lot. We're doing like 4-day weeks, and I've taken a wee sneaky long weekend. So I really quite like this 4-day working stuff. I'd quite like no day working, but 4-day working will do for just now. And it's really nice actually because like I'm literally at home alone, just me and the dog. More on that later. I'll explain why one of the people is away. So yeah, so I've been just pottering about this morning. I managed to get out in my garden and do some stitching actually because the sun was shining and I had my coffee and did some stitching. I'll show you what I was stitching on. But that was only because I'm trying to distract myself. My car is in the garage. It had one of those horrible warning messages, of impending doom. My car is about to blow up or something. And I am so pissed off, right? Because I'm looking to change my car imminently. As in this week, you know, as soon as possible because it's getting past it a bit. It was a bit hanging off it last week. And I was like, right, I went to see about trading it in. It's worth some taking, you know what I mean? It's not worth a lot. But he was like, all right, but if it's within 30 days of your MOT, they knock hundreds off of it. And I was like, okay, I'm not ready to buy a car right now. So I will just put it through its MOT. I'll suck it up, put it through its MOT, and then trade in and get, you know, a couple of grand for it. It's enough for a deposit. So I was putting it in on Wednesday. And this weekend, it decides to start going beep, beep, beep. Beep, 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 flashing, pissing at me. And then I Googled and went down the rabbit hole of Google-ness. And yeah, it's just like, yeah, your car engine is about to just disintegrate, I think is essentially what it means. Whatever it is going to cost money. So I took it in this morning, he's like, oh, it's maybe just needing an oil flush. I'm like, okay, mate, just do anything. And get it through its MOT, or if it's all going to cost us too much, I'll be like, right, okay, just bin it. I've seen a car. It's slightly frustrating because basically if I lose that deposit, then I'm having to reduce my budget, which limits my choice of cars, because cars are so freaking expensive at the moment. Honestly, it's actually heartbreaking as to how expensive cars are. So I'm going to get one that isn't my number one choice, but it's the choice I can afford. Essentially, I can get the best as I can afford. So, but like I've seen it on like Cinch or something like that. I've seen ones on there, and like they take a few days like to get delivered. So I'm like, oh well, we're just gonna have to be without a car, and Lee's like freaking out. It's like, mate, it's only a car. Anyway, that's my car sag at the moment. So I'm waiting for them to phone me and tell me. I'm hoping they're like, yeah, we've looked at it, we can't see anything wrong. And I'll go, okay, that's fine then. I'm going to go away to be buying a car and be done with it. Or I'm waiting for the, yeah, it's not good. It's not good. But either way, I need to get something sorted soon because as much as I can be without a car for a bit, even just like, I don't want to go. And I was like, this beeped a couple times and I didn't really pay attention to it. And I drove up and down to the airport on Saturday, bombing it up the motorway. Never mind. Enough about cars and stuff. Stitching. So, this morning, was distracting myself with this. Now, this little beauty was essentially, Christ, it's bloody massive, isn't it? Was essentially a UFO because I had fallen out of love with it. And the reason I'd fallen out of love with it was because as much as it's like the variegated, so it does look a bit better now in this. When you see it up close, it's really busy. And I just felt it had gotten really busy and I just wasn't feeling the love for it. And oh my God, the amount of frogging that I had to do on this over the years. By the way, this is another one I started many years ago. As I say, it's been in the sin bin for a while. And the amount of frogging, and because it's, you know, all joined up, you can't fudge it like a full coverage. You can just go, aye, whatever, yeah, we'll just make that look like that. You can't do that with this. You have to unpick, try and find the mistake to start with, and then unpick it all. So, like I say, it'd been in the sin bin, and then I thought, nah, you know something, I really actually quite fancy making it into like a nice big project bag, because if I look at it, you know, it would make a really nice, good sized project bag. Because I didn't really know what else to do with it. That was the other thing. I thought, oh, it's a bit big. I should really have done it 1/1. You know, regrets. I want to start singing regrets. I've had a few. So my plan then is, so I thought I had actually more of it done. So this is bottom. This here is, I think, yes, that row there is the bottom. And that is as far across. So I've got the tiny little bit of this page to go, and then another 2 pages. So what I've been doing is I've just sat it out, stuck it on a Q-snap, have it sitting next to me. Every so often I'll just put a couple of threads in, work a couple of lengths, and then once I've done that, put another couple in just so that I can pick it up and go. And it turned out this morning that was really handy, because I sat, like I said, I was sat out having my coffee. And I can't use pattern keeper. If it's too sunny, I can't use pattern keeper, so I really need, if I'm going to stitch outside, it needs to be a paper pattern. So this is still in paper, so that's great. Paper, 1 thread, 1 needle, pick it up, go. So plan is have it kicking around, if I pick it up as and when I fancy doing it, like even if it's like 50 stitches, and have it as like my garden piece, and try and just get it finished. No great rush to get it finished, but like I say, I never gave up on it. I was like, no, maybe one day I'll come back to it, and now I have. Sorry, let me just have a wee look at my book to see. So, that is what I was working on this morning. What I have been working on since I last spoke to you was, right, so I think I was working, yeah, I was end of March. Sorry, I'm really thirsty. So, end of March, I was carrying on working on my Christmas reindeer, which was one of my whip goal in March. Yeah. It was one of my whip goals in March, so I had a bit more to do on it. So my goal for this, for the year, is to get it finished. Not necessarily within that month, but just within that year to get it finished. So, that I'm pretty positive. As you will see, yeah, we've made pretty good progress on this. But then I ran out of 7, I think it was 726, whatever colour. One of the colours, I was like, okay, that's fine, I'll just call it a day with that. So, essentially, so I've not got a lot to do. I've got legs. The tail is the whisper stuff. Cranicky bits in there. Yeah, legs and a little bit of snow, which is at the bottom. So it's, you know, yeah, and then kind of finish off the border. So, yeah, I got quite a lot done on it. And then beads. Those spaces there, those big lines are the beads. The beads. And then I'm probably just trying to use ones I have from a stash, which I'm sure I went once before one of these to like to kit up the beads, and it was like 40 quid or something like that, because it's like use all these treasures, and I was just like, oh yeah, so yeah, so I'm really chuffed with my progress on that. So that was, sorry, I just keep looking at my book to see. Yeah, so that was the end of March. So then we were into April. So just pick up my first. So for my whip goal, it wasn't this one. This was my full coverage Fanatics monthly piece, which was colours. I believe it was green this month. So it is my poppies, my wildflower, red and yellow poppies. And I'll try and insert a picture here. I might. Don't bank on it. But this is essentially a panel. It's just I don't have a like a decent picture to show you. This is essentially a panel, which starts up here and goes down there. This is by Whoopie Cat on, if you're ever looking on Etsy, Whoopie Cat, they have some amazing stuff. I want to buy it all. But at the rate of progress with this one, yeah, there's no real point. So for this one, I think my plan was to get the top. That's like the top pages 1 to 3. I think that's it. That's as far as it goes. And I think this bit here. So that's the kind of top 3 pages. So I was just working in my kind of random self picking. I pulled all the colours I needed for this top bit, and then I just worked one length of each colour, and then so because obviously there's a lot of block stitching, as you'll see that green. There's a lot more of that to come. So I was just like, do one little colour there, do one little colour there, and just rounding it up a bit so it's not, because I don't mind a bit of block stitching, but when it's just lots and lots of green, so much fun. So these are, as I discovered, because I never looked at a picture, two little butterflies. These little butterflies here. Alright, it won't focus because my big boobie head. Yeah, little butterflies. And that's the start of one poppy, and I think that's the start of another one. So yeah, it does go down, all the way down there. I have another one, because I remember at the time she sent me, I don't know if I bought another one, or she sent me another one, a bit of cornflowers, and that's lovely as well. I'll never get that stuff. So that's away for just now. Like I say, plan is to try and get those top 3 pages finished. Was my goal for this year. So then, right, this was one of my whip-go pieces. This is Mirabelle's Sleeping Princess. Like that. So, I'm essentially working in the middle. So I managed to do about, I think I did 1,000 stitches in this. Originally I put it down for just a couple of days, but I don't know why I do that. I don't really work in days. I'd rather work in numbers. So I did 1,000 stitches. So we're just kind of working our way out, and then I've had a bit of a panic because that's halfway across, and I've realised I think I'm a little bit, it would fight short more on this side. No, it's going to be a bit of a tight squeeze. I think it's going to be over here. So I think what I'll do when I get it out the next time is try and remember that I might work right across and see, because there's no point in going on any further. Unfortunately, it's not one I can really cut off. That way I'm just a bit like, something's went wrong. I've not quite found the middle, which would be a real pity. I don't know. I think I could maybe chop. If push comes to shove, I can chop that little bit off. I can maybe just, yeah. Never mind. I'll work away. So that's on some sparkles fabric. I think it was just a fabric one. Yeah, but anyway, that's out. Next time it comes out, Euros Sleeping Princess, I think, was Spain. I don't know, I can't remember. Euros next year. So that was her. Then the other. Okay. Now that I've just found this, because I was having a mad panic there. Sorry, so where did I leave this? This was the other whip-go call, which is Montagne, Bienvenue, and Montagne. So, again, I think I just did 1,000 stitches on this because I didn't have any grand plans for it, which took me to. We are now Bienvenue. We've got Bienvenue. Yes. Yep, I got right across there. We just need the new Bienvenue. So I'll work on the new bit. And this is just on a piece of 28, 32, something like that. I coffee dyed it, so, which is fine. It's a really nice colour, but I need to change some of the browns because some of the beige kind of browns colours are going to blend in. And the reason I did it on this because it matches my living room. I was thinking I'll make this into like a cushion, as you'll see. Blue walls, kind of brownish furniture, and oh, see. Do your cross stitch around your home decor, or alternately, do your home decor around your cross stitch. I tend to go with the latter. It's like, I really want to do that, so therefore I will paint my living room this colour. So that was my 2 whip go pieces for April, which were completed. Ticked them off, got them completed. I then did, oh yeah, this is the other one I was talking about the other week, the other month. It was just, again, it's a whip that's just been hanging around for quite a while. So I'm just gonna, and I only was working on it with Tour de France, so I'm just gonna bring it out every so often and do a little bit more to put on its way, which is my Paradise by Love Thy Thread, which unfortunately don't exist anymore. So, excuse me. So, yeah, so I started going along the top. Because I was going to maybe just work right along to the end, just to see where it is. But I kind of got, but I was like, oh, it's starting to get a bit of a drag. And also get myself confused. So as to where I was. Again, it's a paper pattern. I appear to have lost all ability for working in some paper patterns. It's just like, oh, my head hurts. So we're just working our way back along the sky. So yeah, I think I did 500 stitches in that. And like I said, maybe just do 500 every month just to, and it'll come out again in July for the old Tour de France. But yeah, I'm just kind of plug away at it. Because that, as you'll see, sorry, that is the picture. You see, so I'm up here now. So we're into the kind of purpley skies, getting into the blues and all the greens. And it's just so lovely. Every time I say it, the blending and everything on it is just... Because it's not actually, it's not like that confetti heavy. It's just lots of kind of stripes. Lush. So yeah, try and work on it every month as and when I can. So that was that. So then I did I'm in Floss and Space, a game that, you know, I had to join. And they have they have like weekend stuff. They've obviously the ongoing stuff, the ongoing trip and such. And then they have weekends, and one of the weekends it was work on a human. So I was like, well, that fits me quite well because, sorry, I've just realised I was very remiss and did not show. This is the one at the beginning, which is called, I just started talking about it. I've just realised, if you're still watching, it's Bramble and the Rose by Ink Circles. It was from the Gift of Stitching. I think, I'm presuming you can't actually buy it now. But yeah. That's how old it is. 2009. And I pretty much started it straight away. 2009, that seems like an absolute, oh my god, 14 years ago. What did they... That's embarrassing. Right. Anyway, yeah, I just didn't realise I don't think I actually said what it was. I just was like, oh, this is what I'm working on. So yeah, so last weekend, it was the last weekend, the weekend before, I had to work on a human, so I thought this was a whip go piece at the beginning of the year, and so I've still got my goal. I want to get to 30% on it. So this is my Gina by Artisy, obviously a human. So I worked a bit more on her. I think I got it to about 25% of this wee turn, which is not too bad. So she is coming on lovely. It looks like she's got a big spot or something on her nose. I think I must have run out of that thread. Yeah, I don't like. Oh, she's got a wee hole in her eye, tiny little hole in her eye, and a tiny little hole in her nose. I'm just gonna start filling all those in. I think I ran out. I ordered some threads during the week. I must have ran out of those. But yeah, so this is coming up so nice because I really wasn't sure how it would come out because I'm actually doing it over 2 on some sparkly thread. Not sparkly thread, sparkly fabric. So yeah, it's over 2. 2 over 2. I think it's either 32 or 28. I have no idea. I really was unsure how it would come out, but I'm loving it. So again, I'll keep her out and about. If I get time during the month, I'll do a wee bit more to get her to her goal of 30% for the year. Or like, you know, if there's any other wee challenges or anything that come up, it's quite handy to just have that. So I think that was the weekend before last, and then so we're on Monday, so just this weekend there. God, I've actually worked on quite a lot. I've just realized that I've had a good month stitching. I worked on, the theme was outer space. So I am working on my Tilton Crafts Tardis. Which is the outer space thing. It's kind of self-explanatory. And this is possibly the most unexciting one to show because it's really, it'll look good when it's done. But yeah, so I've just been working on, I just kind of, the reasons I did these is, so like that's the edge. This bit I know is all black. And then this is where it starts, so like that's 939. So I've did that and then I'll fill it in. Now this row actually here is the page finish. So this actually is coming back out for my full coverage fanatic monthly challenge May. I'm pretty sure it's blue. It had to be done. So I'll plan is get this page, I think that's that page finish there. And so I did like blacks and then I did a few random bits along here. A bit more black, a bit more blue. There's actual blue in there as well. I don't think you'd even be able to tell. There's a lot of blue. And that's about, I think it's maybe more than half, I think it's a bit more than halfway across. Yeah. And this is another one, I look in Pattern Keeper and go, oh, that's just not too bad. I've done like 15%, forgetting that most of that is a bit that I've cut off because it actually like comes out like there was like another, I think I've taken off 2 rows of black because I was like, apologies, somebody had the audacity to go to a house, you know, and knock on somebody else's house, and how dare they. She has to therefore chase them away. So yeah. Yeah, so as I was saying, yeah, so I've taken off like 2 rows, I think, by each side to take some of the black away because there was just no point in it. And that's why it's like 15%. Because like I worked quite a bit on it. I did like 1,200 stitches and I don't think even 1%. I think 1% is 1,600 stitches. It's, yeah, so it's quite massive because you're getting that bit stuck up. Yeah, so that's like the top row. Oh, it's just massive. But again, it's excuse me, I'll just put a bit of fluff off it. It's yeah, it's fun to stitch sometimes. I bought myself a couple of needle minders. I think this was from Needle Minder. I really should keep the wee bit of paper because I like these ones. I bought this one because this I like them, and I like them. They're quite solid. They're good need reminders. They don't fall off. Need reminders UK. Oh God, I should get that by paper. So I got that one. And I got that one. Life isn't all about cross stitch, but it should be. But this one had the teeniest, tiniest little magnet in the world. Can someone explain to me what the point of that is? How am I meant to know? Yeah, like it's already attached to it, so I take another magnet. And then I need to get another, I think it's some magnets and glue. Because I found as I was clearing stuff out, it was like my dad's stuff. It was sitting in a box, you know, the way I was like, I'd just take it from the house. And this was, I don't know, somewhere in Germany. And this is, I don't know what this is. I presume this is maybe something to do with, I don't know. But they were my dad's stuff, so I'm going to get some glue and some little magnets to make them into little needle magnets. One day. So that was it. Otherwise, stash-wise, I haven't bought anything. I've been adding to my wish list. Oh my God, have you seen the Bella Filipina, the Snow White? They're like, oh, I just know there's going to be more of them, isn't there? You just like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, I'm already doing one Snow White, so that'd be nice. I'd have that Snow White and that Snow White. And then, like, I'm doing, like, Rapunzel and the Sleeping Princess, but she's not a Sleeping Princess, it's Princess and the Pea. So I'm doing Rapunzel, Princess and the Pea. I've got Cinderella, I've got Sleeping Beauty, the Mirabelle ones. Yeah, you know, I need in my life. And then there was lots of little pretty school calendar ones, because I was, like, having a notion, I was like, I finished all the monthly pieces. So, yeah, I'm like, oh, I need to start. I need to buy more, I need to start more. No, I don't. So other than that, so today, wondering about, I did say my last, so today I'm going to go back onto my delightful Cartographica. I'm just going to show you again, just this year, hell of it. My Cartographica, I did say in the last one, I was going to wash it. And I did. I had a nice sunny day. I'm going out in the line. Give it a little dip in the water. Oh my God. The colour of the water. Like, oh, that's like, that's actually disgusting. That is disgusting. So, I can now do that. Oh, and it smelled beautiful. It was smelling quite funky. Now then, it's been out in the line, had a wash, had a good airing. It's good for a bit longer now, so yeah. So I'm going to get it back on the little Q-snap and start doing about 3,000 stitches to do it for the end of April. Essentially about 6. Oh, sorry. Just looked out the window and I'm like, oh, it's going a bit dark. Better get my washing in. So yeah, I just like showing it off. I stand here all day and go, oh, look at my lovely cardigan. Yeah, and it did. I mean, I wash my stuff quite a lot because it's cotton and it's DMC cotton. It can just get washed. No colour, you know, there's no fancy, schmancy thingies in it, threads or anything. So I got a nice little air and it just smells so much better. But yeah, the colour was actually disgusting. I was like, because you just forget, you know, they're this is my life. Enough, Rosie. Sit down. It was a postman with my daughter's contact lenses, which is lead me to the just slightly unfortunate, because she could have really done with these on Friday. Because she is a daughter, hence why I'm in the house myself. Lee's working, Joe is at college, and Neve is in Greece for 3 months. Hopefully just 3 months. She has got herself a job, but she's an early years practitioner. Nursing, you know, works in a nursery kindergarten that she worked in Prestwick. She's got a job as a creche supervisor, looking after the little ones and the babies in a very nice hotel in Greece. And it's up on the Ionian coast. It's not a bit I've ever heard of. It's a bit you just wouldn't have really heard of. It's not very touristy. It's up on the mainland of Greece, opposite. It's up by Corfu. It's at that end of things, up near the kind of border with Albania. Yeah, and it's this lovely 5-star hotel. And yeah, she's got a job right there, and she flew on Saturday, and it all was all very quick. She'd always spoken it. She'd always kind of thought, I fancy going away, Spain, you know, going nannying in Spain or something like that. But I hadn't ever really done anything about it. Didn't. And then a few weeks back, at the beginning of the year, I think she just had a funny 5 minutes at work. She was just, fed I was. And applied to loads of things. Again, didn't think anything of it. And then, about 3 weeks ago, it must have been about 2 or 3 weeks ago, she got an email. She, yeah, this company's got back to me, you know, asking me, you know, want to go for an interview. And I was like, where is it for? She went, it's Greece somewhere. Whatever, let's have a look. So she had the interview, and yeah, and then the next thing you know, yeah, they'd offered her the job, and that was it. And it's been really good. It's because you know that way you're always a bit like, right, okay, is this a scam? Is this legit? Is this what's going on? But no, they are a reputable company. They're, you know, it does. They run the daycare for they run the daycare for a lot of these luxury family resorts. So they pay for flights. They sorted out all our flights. They give them accommodation and their food. She can only stay for 3 months because we're not in the EU. Personally, I think there should be two lots of rules for those who didn't vote for Brexit. You can carry on as you were. For the twats that did vote for it, nah, you can just stay here. Stay here. Don't ever go anywhere ever again. It's an absolute fuck whatever nonsense. Anyway, you know. Sorry, my nails just chipped. God, I'm really pissed off at that. I've not done very well these nails. This is different builder gel that she was using, and I'm gonna have to report back and say not happy. So anyway, sorry, that totally distracted me because I'm going to Wednesday, it's okay. So she flew out on Saturday, so I took her to the airport on Saturday morning. She was flying to Gatwick, and it was quite nice because she was meeting up with a couple of people that were flying out as well. And like I say, she's been really reassured because there's been lots of communication. They've sent them all the stuff, what to bring, what to do, the childcare. So she's in the creche, which is the babies, and the kids clubs, they're all closed like on a Sunday. So they'll go and do stuff days out and everything like that, and they'll go to like Corfu for the day and things like that. And it just, she was sending pictures yesterday. It was that way, you know, I left her there on Saturday. I was like, oh my baby. She's now 23. You know, it's about time she moved out. But I was still like, oh. And then once I knew she was there and settled and like that, so she's been sending pictures. And they're staying right on the beach. The hotel's up on a headland, and then it's this big beach, and they're staying on the beach. They have accommodation just nearby. So she plans to be back, and I think she's back in the middle of July, and then she's already like, okay, where am I going to go next? So we'll see how she gets on. She might be like, I actually hate it, this is no, but I think she might like it. So I'm going to miss my baby. Miss my baby girl. Yeah, so it's just the three of us there, me, Joe, and yeah, and the dog, Lee, Joe. So yeah, so that's me for next week. But yeah, that's 34 minutes now. That's enough. But yeah, if there's any more life updates on the saga of the car, I don't know what I'm more pissed off by right at this moment. My nail chipping, because it's going to look fab. Or my car costing me thousands of pounds. At this precise moment, I'm more pissed off with my nail. Right, I'm going to go and shower the dog. So I will leave you to it, and I will be back 2 or 3 weeks. Cheery bye. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, you know, that stuff. Bye-bye.